me on this wonderful rainy day. I'm talking about the Phillies. The Phillies won their fourth straight series against the Dodgers. The Dodgers are the champions right now. Yes, I know it's early in the season, but the point is they won four straight series against the Dodgers, and that goes to show you that the Phillies can go up against anybody and have a chance to win. By the way, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We cover the Phillies and we cover the Sixers on this channel. And even if you're not a Phillies fan or a Sixer fan and you enjoying the vibes, consider subscribing. But yeah, man, that's a big deal. That's a big deal to be able to beat one of the best teams, the best team right now. Offensively, you can't name a better offense than what the Dodgers have, right? Defensively, when it comes to their pitching, there's not a better pitching staff than what they have. So for us, look, in yesterday's game, we beat them 8-7. We beat the Dodgers 8-7, and it was going back and forth. It was going back and forth. Like the Dodgers were up, and then we were up because we hit that grand slam. Nick Castellanos hit that grand slam, which was absolutely amazing. And somehow, some way, the Dodgers came back. I'm like, oh my goodness, how did the Dodgers get the lead? They got the lead back, man, because of that explosive offense, man. Sanchez pitched. He pitched an okay game. He gave up 4 runs. But just for us to be up, I think it was like 6 to what was it? We were up 6 to, what was the score? They had like 4 or 5 or something like that. And they tied the game up and then got the lead. And I was just like, oh my goodness, man. How are we going to be able to keep up with this team? And then all of a sudden, the bats started to wake up again. We tied the game up at 7. And Bryson Stott did his thing, got on, hit the ball. I think it was Bryson Stott that hit the game, hit the last run of the game to make it 8-7. The last RBI of the game for the Phillies to win that game. But Bryson Stott came, he was big time in that moment. Clutch. Bryce Harper was clutch. I still would like to see Trey Turner do his thing. What's going on, Egg Tank Party tonight? I gotta see. But shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. And I'm about to talk about the Sixers. Right after I get off this live, I'm gonna go live again and talk about the Sixers. But yeah, the Phillies are definitely a contender. And I just feel like the only thing that I will question when it comes to the Phillies, because we know they can get runs. We just need more consistency throughout the game. Not that you're going to score a run every inning. That's like impossible. No, I don't think any offense can do that. But it's just we depend on the long ball sometimes a little bit too much, and it kind of hurts us in a way. When you depend on the long ball a little too much, it can hurt the Phillies. But this game, we needed the long ball. That's why Nick Castellanos hit that grand slam, and I was like, let's go. And I missed that. I missed that grand slam. I wish I got to see it live. But the Phillies beat the Dodgers 4 straight series, man. And I'm just thinking to myself, is this team the 2008 team? Shout out to everybody building. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Trying to get to my first 400 subscribers on this channel. We cover the Phillies and the Sixers. But yeah, can this be a team that can honestly win? And I think they can. I think it starts with the health. I really want Trey Turner to really step his game up. I think Trey Turner needs to step his game up big time. That's my favorite player on the team. He needs to step his game up. But for them to beat the Dodgers 4 straight series, I don't think there's another team that beat the Dodgers 4 straight series. I can't name another team that did it. So if the Phillies can do it, they have something special on this team. We're the kryptonite of the Dodgers. That should have been the title. The Philadelphia Phillies are the kryptonite of the Dodgers. And right away, it's raining out here. I'm going to show y'all where I'm looking at the beautiful view. Just walking this trail, man, and just enjoying the weather, man. Trying to get this fresh air. Like my allergies, man, it's crazy right now. But I said I gotta get some fresh air, man, and just enjoy, you know what I mean? Nature. I like being outside. I talk about the Phillies, and I like to be outside, man. I talk about the Sixers, and I like to be outside. I seen the Grand Slam live. Yeah, that Grand Slam. And Nick Castellanos, he swung at the first pitch. He swung at the first pitch out of here, because usually, and this is just my opinion. Sometimes the best pitch to hit is that first pitch. Sometimes the best pitch to hit is that first pitch, man. And as soon as he said he already had his mind made up. Even if it was a ball, he would have swung at it. I think he would have swung at that ball, bro. I really do. What's going on, Derek? But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. I got the umbrella. I'm out here in the rain talking about my favorite baseball team. The Philadelphia Phillies are first in the NL East. They are 7-2. The Braves are right behind us. The Braves are 6-3. No, not the Braves. The Mets. I'm sorry. The Mets are 6-3. So they're right on our heels. And look, yes, I want to win our division, but it's not more important than doing it in the playoffs. We have to be legit in the playoffs. By the way, show a brother some love. I got 14 people on the live and only got 1 like. Can I get a couple more likes? And hit that subscribe button if you're a Phillies fan or a Sixers fan, or if you're just enjoying the vibes. But hit that like button if you can. What? Yeah, the deer territory. You know, this area that I'm in, to keep it real with you, like the area that I'm in right now, there's not deer. Like, they'll be out at night, but right now there's no they're not gonna be out right now. Like, I could see, I probably have a better chance of seeing a dang on a raccoon or something. Even though that would be a bad sign, because if they're out in the daytime, that means they most likely got rabies or something like that, because nocturnal animals don't come out in the day unless it's like something going on. But I'm just out here walking this trail, man. It's raining. Got the umbrella. Sorry if it's a little windy on the live stream. Shout out to Nick in the building. But yeah, the Phillies are real contenders. They got to keep it up. I think that the only weakness is, like I said, they depend on the long ball too much. And I like how they switched up the lineup. They had Sosa at the he was third baseman. He was the third baseman. And they had Marsh in the center field. I think Kepler was left and Nick was right fielder. I like that changeup because Alec Baum, look, listen, he cannot hit the ball, bro. Offensively, he is not good, bro. And Sosa, he's a better bat. He had like 3 singles or something like that yesterday. Thank you for vibing with me, Nick. Shout out to you, bro. Nah, I'm not doing full time. I just do it when I have the opportunity. I try to get my steps in before I have to do everything else with the family. I just manage my time really well, man. I can't go full-time YouTube if I shoot. The only way I could go full-time YouTube is if I had what's a good amount of subscribers. But it's not even just subscribers. It goes by watch time. So I'm just keeping it real. Like, it would have to be like 10,000, 20,000 subscribers. And I have to have everybody watch my videos all the time or whatever for me to go full-time YouTube. I just do this as something I like to do. And just vibe out with y'all. And while I'm getting my steps in, I could just talk about my favorite sport teams. You know, I wish, like, this is kind of like off, not really off the topic. I wish I would have went to that Phillies game yesterday. That was in Philly, right? I think that was in Philly. I wish I could have made that Phillies game. That game was amazing. 8-7 dub versus the defending champions. You had grand slams. You had 2-run home runs, solo home runs. You had all that, bro. Knew it off the bat. It was, Star Wars, That first pitch, that first pitch, bro. I think somebody said it too. Like, he just likes to hit the first pitch, and that's what be making me irritated sometimes with the Phillies because I don't know if it's their coaching, but sometimes they go for the first pitch, and that's why the innings, like, say for instance, right, we're down by like 3 or whatever, and we in the 6th inning. You gotta like play the count a little bit, like make that pitcher throw some pitches, bro. But if the first pitch is the best, you gotta swing at it. But they be swinging at a lot of first pitches, bro. Especially Bryson Stott. Bryson Stott, oh my gosh, bro. Bryson Stott he be Nick Castellanos, yeah, but Nick Castellanos was amazing. He was amazing, man. If it wasn't for that grand slam, we would have definitely lost that game, bro. That's how good the offense is for the Dodgers. And I want to give another big credit to Sosa again, man. He gets on base. He's always making the right play. Rarely do I see Sosa committing the error. He's always doing the right thing, bro. You know what I mean? I would like to see our catcher be more productive. And I'm not trying to compare it to my guy Ruiz, but I just want to use him as an example, right? Ruiz, I'm talking about the Ruiz that won the World Series when we won the World Series in 2008. I'm talking about that guy, right? Ruiz was a very good he was a very good catcher. And when people try to steal the base, he has a crazy arm, throwing him out at second or whatever. And on top of that, Ruiz will occasionally hit a home run and he'll get you the RBIs when you need it. JT, I think he's getting a little bit up there, but I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about JT all like that. I don't know how I feel about JT. I'm going to tell you right now, though. I'm going to tell you the players that I'm okay with losing is, we got to start with Alec. Bryson Stott, he got me yesterday, so I can't talk too much trash on Bryson Stott. But Bryson Stott, man, I don't know. Alec, he can go, bro. I would love to like full-time replace him with Sosa. And I'm starting to like that center field with the coaching staff having Marsh play center field. And that diving, oh my goodness. The defensive player of the game was that diving catch by Brandon Marsh. He made that catch, bro. Y'all remember that play? That diving catch, center field by Brandon Marsh? That catch was amazing. I said, okay. He might not be the fastest like Rojas, but Brandon Marsh is night and day when it comes to offense, when it comes to Rojas. Like, Brandon Marsh is a way better hitter than Rojas. And Rojas, he just doesn't do enough to stay on that dang on field. And that takes a lot from our offense. So you gotta, I'm happy that the coaching staff made the decision to be like, oh, let's change it up. Because I never seen Brandon Marsh play center field. I don't know if that's the first time, or can y'all leave in the comments below? Is that the first time Brandon Marsh plays center field? Y'all, I'm so thankful that the Phillies really came through yesterday. That was a good behind game. You know what I mean? The relief pitcher wasn't, you know what I mean? It gave up some runs. Christopher Sanchez gave up some runs, gave up 4 runs, but all in all, the offense picked them up, man. The offense said, I got you. I'm gonna put the pitching staff on my back, and we're gonna get some runs. This is gonna be a high-scoring game. There was no type of pitching in that game. People's opinion on for putting Romano in twice in extreme important inning. People's opinion on Romano. Yeah, Romano struggled. Romano struggled, yeah, and I don't think you should put him in twice. Romano definitely did struggle. He didn't have command of this. And let me say this real quick. The umpires, I don't know what the heck the umpires been looking like, what they be looking at, man. But I'm talking about for the whole series, bro. The strike zone is crazy, bro. The strike zone is so, like, I don't know. I don't know what the umpires were looking at, but some of the balls that they was throwing, they would call a ball a strike, and they call a strike a ball. And I'm just looking like, yo, what are y'all seeing? And are we both seeing the wrong dang on game? Because I don't know how you could see that ball and think that was a strike. And I don't know how you could see the strike right in front of you and think it's a ball. So that's one thing I was like, yo, that's why you have to, and that's what makes baseball so interesting. I like it because the umpire, depending on who the umpire is, but it could go either way. It could be a full count, bases loaded, and the strike zone is very huge for most of the game. And all of a sudden, they make the strike zone smaller, and then you have to definitely throw it not down the middle, but it has to be in their imaginary box. So it was a strike the whole game, but out of nowhere now it's a ball. So that's what makes it interesting in baseball, the umpires. I don't know if they could challenge some of the strikes or the balls, but I don't know. But yeah, they did leave it. Romano, I don't know. I think it was like 2 straight hits or a walk. I forgot what inning it was that Romano pitched. But like I said, he had no command, and it was just like, gosh, bro. Sometimes you would think that the coaches try to give their players chances. Like us as fans, we're like outside looking in, thinking, yo, maybe they should take them out earlier. But a lot of the time, you just can't. You just got to let them do their job, man. They getting paid the big bucks. And sometimes they can get out of that mess, but sometimes it can backfire like yesterday, where you leave a pitcher in too long, and then they mess around and give up some runs. So it could go either way. It can honestly go either way. But I'm so happy and thankful that I'm underneath this bridge right now. I'm not sure if y'all can see this. Underneath this bridge, someone drew an alien on the dang on wall. Don't be complacent. Okay. I agree with that. Don't be complacent. I like that. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens, man. We're gonna see what happens. I like what I'm seeing so far from the Phillies, but it's only the beginning of the season. We got plenty of season to go. And I don't care about us having the #1 record in baseball. I care about us doing something in the playoffs. That's where my mindset is. As long as we make the playoffs, I don't care about all the extra stuff. I'm just keeping it real. But congratulations, Phillies, man. You're definitely a contender right now in baseball. And on to the next game. Who we play next? I forgot who we play next, but I know the Braves are struggling. The Braves are in last in the division. And you know what's crazy? Pittsburgh is in first in the Dodgers division. Dodgers are 9-2, and the only two losses they have is from the Philadelphia Phillies, baby. 4th straight series win against the Dodgers, the Philadelphia Phillies. Pittsburgh, I think, is like 8-1, bro. So Pittsburgh's having a solid season so far early on. We'll see if they could continue it, because last year they did the same thing. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they were having a very good beginning of the year, and then all of a sudden they just fell apart. And I don't really know too much about the Pirates, so I can't really speak on their players. It could be injuries, I don't know, but I always say this, man. It's not how you start a season, it's how you finish a season. And that's a fact, bro. Because you can't just start off good and then you just don't do good when it counts the most. So, or you don't start off good in the beginning, but then you do good at the end of the season. And never know. Just like the Mets did. Yes, last year. I don't even want to talk about the Mets. I can't stand the Mets. And I'm gonna let all the Mets fans know, when we play y'all this year, we're gonna beat the brakes off of y'all. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Let y'all know that right now. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Consider subscribing. Just my opinion, the Phillies are contenders. They beat the Dodgers 4 straight series in a row. But it's only the beginning. But I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. There is some, no team is perfect. There are some flaws on the team. But at the end of the day, as long as we win, that's all that matters. That's how I look at it. As long as we win, that's all that matters. Just keep getting these dubs. keep winning these series 2-1, or you know what I mean, or 3-0, or 4-0, or 3-1, depending on how long the series is. Just keep on racking up them wins. And before you know it, we're gonna win our division. On top of winning our division, we're gonna run it back with the Mets, and we're gonna see what's up. You know what I mean? I want revenge. I want revenge, bro. I want revenge on the Mets. I want the Mets in the first round, bro. Listen, just how I feel, bro. But I'm gonna get at y'all, man. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I might be live a little bit later for a Tankathon live stream for the Sixers, but we shall see. Holla at your boy. Peace out. Peace.